Matt Mastel. Matt's the department chair for the heavy equipment operators, and we'll let Matt discuss his program. Matt?
I'm going to start out. I'm not as long-winded as Dale and Bob, so I'm pretty short and sweet and simple. So my program, I like it. Back here, starting with the short thing again. I'm a simple one-semester certificate program. In that one semester, you'll be in class with me from 8:30 to 3. On Mondays and Wednesdays, they'll be taking Intro to Welding. Tuesdays and Thursdays, they will be taking Career Math. Also part of this certificate, you'll have the opportunity to take First Aid CPR, as well as getting an Osha 10 certificate. The Osha 10, you will be assigned basically a certificate number, and you will be doing that kind of at your own pace on personal computers, campus computers here, wherever you can get a hold of internet. We have 7 pieces of equipment here in our HEO program. It's a wheel loader, a skid steer, a dozer, backhoe, excavator, moto grader, and a scraper. So we have our own kind of private training grounds on the south side of the campus. It's about 5 acres, kind of training grounds, playgrounds, I guess, kind of whatever a person wants to call it. So do have 4 classes, HEO 101. That's kind of the theory of the class. It's where we learn basically the components of the machine, how to operate the machine, how to check it out and do like a pre-trip, just like anyone who would start their own personal car, check oils, fluids, do the same thing in that theory class. Our HEO 124, it's a safety class. Basically, we cover a lot of things, a broad variety of things, of job site safety to particular equipment safety to PPE, which is personal protective equipment that's required for different jobs and different tasks on the job. You're not wearing the same PPE through the whole day. You might be changing it as you do something different. How you, like up here being in North Dakota, there's cold weather starting, so kind of how to safely do that so you don't blow something up. And then in our HEO 130, it's plan reading. Everyone sees a road built, a foundation poured for a house, or just even landscaping. That just doesn't magically appear. You got to learn how to read plans. So you take a whole bunch of sheets of paper, figure out my job to teach you how to read them and turn them from paper to realistic. So we do a fair amount of math. That's one thing. We do get into some pretty good algebra. With all of us instructors, with me or with you students going with welding, Bob and I will contact with each other. And then with math, Mr. Fleck, the same one that Bob and Dale both have, he does the HEO students as well. Him and I will kind of collaborate sometimes. If I'm going to start covering something, he'll kind of do it right around the same time in the math class. And if anyone's got any questions, that stumps me, because I will be the first one to admit I don't know it all. So if anyone has any questions that I can't, I will find a way, or have Mr. Fleck come in and answer them, so I don't confuse anyone anymore. Throughout the semester, we got to cover our theory first, and then our HEO 150, we get into our lab. That's where you start running the equipment. We do have 3 simulators here. We got a wheel loader simulator, an excavator simulator, and a moto grader simulator. Kind of use them more so just for introductory, just to be able to show you how to run the piece of equipment. These pieces of equipment cabs are not big enough to fit 2 people in, so we kind of use these simulators as an introduction, so I can show you right there on what the controls do, get you oriented on what everything does, and then we will send you out to the training grounds. We do a bunch of different things out there. We dig holes, move dirt piles, move dirt piles from one spot, move it to another. I'm trying to get a system down. I'm not gonna lie, I'm fairly new. I think this is my 4th or 5th semester teaching, so I'm still trying to get a rhythm going on here. But what we're trying to do is we'll kind of tear down some piles, and we'll actually do some road building simulations along with doing possibly some pipeline excavations as well. So throughout the semester, we'll also have a couple guest speakers. Try to get some local contractors around here just to kind of speak to you, because can listen to me all day long, but it does get kind of boring. So having someone else kind of come in new and talk about what they do is really kind of cool. And if they're hiring, if anyone's ever interested in sticking around Bismarck, I know not everyone's from around this area, but interested in sticking around, we got contractors around here that are hiring quite often. So have them, and then if COVID ever goes away, we might, have the chance and opportunity to do a couple tours, but that's not always a given. So, and I guess I know Connie had asked Bob, what's the benefit of having a certificate versus going out and just getting a job. The certificate helps you guys because most employers now are requiring 2 to 3 years of experience. How are you going to get 2 to 3 years of experience if everyone's looking for 2 to 3 years of experience? So coming through this program, I've kind of talked with some contractors and some local road highway departments here, and just kind of got a rough estimate on what they think students coming out of here should know, equivalent to about 2 to 3 years of experience. And with the project planning alone, that helps out immensely. So if you guys come out of here with knowledge of how to read plans and take the plans and actually be able to take the plans and run a piece of equipment and make it, you guys are 2 steps ahead of probably even the people that do have the 2 to 3 years of experience. So if anyone has any questions, my contact information, I believe, is over on the chat side. I just read that. So call me, email me. Anyone has any questions, I'd be glad to answer them and do as best as I can. So that's pretty much it. Like I said, I'm pretty short and sweet here. So
I had a follow-up question, Matt. So you had mentioned OSHA certification. Could you explain what is involved to get your OSHA certification, and how important is that for the field?
That's a good question. I'm almost going to lay this one over on Bob. I'll answer it a little bit, but OSHA 10, it's 10 hours of training. I'm not going to lie, it's going to be a little bit longer than 10 hours of training what it comes out to be, but it covers anything and everything. Ironically, OSHA could cover a person in an office job gets carpal tunnel from their wrist. It's basically occupational safety and health administration, right, Bob? Okay, so it's basically a administration making sure that everyone is working safe. There's 14 sections in our OSHA 10 training. Like I said, it's all online. You go through a section. After the section, you'll take a quiz and then move on to the next section. So like I said, that is generally on your own time. We give it to you, try to get it to you right away in the beginning of the semester, and you have all semester to work on it. So just as long as you get it done the week before school so we can prove that you finished it, we're good. So yeah, and then if a person sees OSHA 10 certified, or even with the certification, it does, it is a benefit for the students or the person looking for the job. That gives them another boost for being a better applicant. So
yeah, it's safety in the construction world is a big thing. It's a very big thing, and A lot of plants or whatever won't let an employee on site unless they've got OSHA 10. In the building construction trades, we have to do it every 3 years. We have to retake it. Normally it lasts a lifetime, but some organizations require it to be done every 2-3 years or whatever. Yes.